Subscribe to DV Studio and press bell icon for more interesting videos. Hello everyone, welcome to Sketchup Tutorial Part 1. In this tutorial we will learn introduction of Sketchup and some basic tools used in Sketchup. Right, you will get here some space like you will get where you can build your model. In this you will get three axes: red, green and blue. These axes are perpendicular to each other, right? The blue axis is the perpendicular to the both red and green axis, which gives us height, right? If we start from the line tool like this line, then we can proceed with, like, if we draw a line, click, then we can draw in any direction wherever you want. If we draw in direction like we want some reference, right, then we can reference the red, green and blue axis. Red axis is just normal horizontal line, right, and green axis is perpendicular to red line, and the blue line is the perpendicular to both, means it gives us height. Like if I draw the line on red axis and if I draw the line on green axis, right, you can see here these lines are horizontally and you will not get any height, right? If I draw line tool, shortcut key is L in the keyboard, right? If I draw from here, then click, and on blue axis, then click, it gives us height, right? If I want to draw a line with a specified dimension, right, press L for line tool, line. Then you can see here in the right bottom corner of your screen, length, it will show length in mm, right? You can set your own units. You can set your units and go to Windows, Model Info, and go to units. You can set for mm you can choose decimal, and for feet inches you can set architectural or engineering, right? We'll work in mm, so we choose decimal, precision 0 mm. Okay, that's it, close it, right? Now if I want to draw a line of 3 meter, you can manually draw a line, or if you want to exact dimension, then you can just click and type the dimension 3000 and then hit enter. Okay, it will get 3 meter length of line. If you want to check the dimension of line, then we got a tool, tape measure. It will give you the dimension of any measure you want, right? If I want this line dimension, right, then I click this and this, then you can see in the right bottom of your corner, it will show 3000 mm, right? Sure. So this line is 3 meter or 3000 mm. Like right, if I want to draw a line on green axis and I want to like 1500 mm, then type 1500 and enter. We can check here by tape measuring tool, click and click, it will show 1500 mm, right? And if we, the next step is like if we close this periphery, like close this circumference, like if I select the line tool by pressing L, then click, and if I want to make a rectangle, like if I want to not to close here, but I want to draw a line on green axis, then you can draw. But if you want to make a reference, like you want to uh, join this point right from here, like then just go to this point and hover the mouse button through it. It will show your guideline, right? Then click here and then close the unit, close the shape, right? You will get your shape and a surface, right? A surface needs to be a closed loop, right? Closed loop means if you draw a line, then not in rectangle, it can be in any direction you want, and it must be closed if you want a surface, right? It will show a surface, it will get, right? Line tool. Okay, the next is you'll need a rectangle tool. You'll get a rectangle, you'll draw a rectangle like this, and you'll get a surface because it is a closed loop, right? If you want to draw a rectangle of your desired dimension, like if you want to draw a rectangle of 3 meter by 1.5 meters, like then click on rectangle tool, then click, left click, and it will show 2 dimension right here on the bottom right corner of your screen. It will show you length and the width of the rectangle. Just type your dimension like 3000 mm, comma 1500 mm, and hit enter, right? You will get a rectangle of 3 meter by 1.5 meter, that means 3000 mm by 1500 mm. If you want to check, then again select the tape measure tool, then click and click. You will get 3000 mm. Okay, skip. Then we'll check here 1500 mm. Okay, we got right. Okay, now the next is circle. Circle, this circle draws from the center, like you want this radius. If you want to give it like manually of your desired design, then you can just click and then whatever you want the size of the circle, then click, circle ready and with a surface, right? Again, if you want to circle of desired radius or diameter, then just simply click on circle and click. Then on the bottom right of your corner of your screen, it will show you radius of this circle, right? If I give this like 750 mm of radius, then just type 750 and hit enter. You will get a circle of circle with surface with radius of 750 mm. If you want to check this, then again tape measure tool, and you will get center point. If you click this and this, automatically it shows the center, right? 750 mm of radius, right? So you can draw all these shapes by this method, or by automatically, or by giving these a particular dimension, right? the next thing is move tool, right? If you want to move a shape, right, select it. Then if you I want to move this shape from here to here, then I just select move tool and click, then click. It will move the whole surface, right? uh, if move tool, like if I want to move this line, only this line, not all this surface, not all the connected surface and lines. Like if I move this, it will move all the lines and surface together, right? If I want to move this line only, it will work as a extend commands like AutoCAD, right? Then simply move tool, then select it, click and click. It will extend the shape and move it from its position simultaneously, right? If I want to move like this circle, and now it just move all the shape, right? If I want to move this line, then move it, it will extend whole surface, whole shape, right? Right. If in this I'd show you a move tool in the two direction only, red and green. But if you want to move this line in the upper direction, like here on the blue axis, then like select this line and select move tool, then click and make a reference line. It will move the line and make a shape on it, like a angular ramp. It will give a shape, a angle, right? If I want to move this line in the upper direction, like I select move, then click, make a reference, right, blue line, click. It will be in a angular slope, right? Now the next tool is push pull tool, right? Push pull tool usually used to make things from 2D to 3D, yeah, right? If we want to give a shape, a volume, then we use push pull tool, right? If I want to make this flat surface of like a cuboid, like a thickness of 300 mm, then I just select push pull tool and then click this surface, and again it can be manually selected or manually give its height, right? Because I select this surface, it will not move in the red or green axis. It will just move in the perpendicular direction, right? If I move this surface, this will move in only blue axis, on the blue axis, right? Like if I want to give it a thickness of 300 mm, then type 300 and hit enter, right? You will get a thickness of 300 mm, right? If I want to extend it now, right, if I want to extend it, then click push pull tool and click, and again you can give it a manually, and or you can type any dimension, right? Now in case like I told you, in this shape, if I move this line, then it will move like whole surface in the upper direction. Then what if I move this line in this case? Let me show you. By move tool, right, it will give it another shape, right? We can go in minus direction. It will like a ramp or wherever you want to give it a shape, or what you can make it of by using this tool, right? Okay. If you want to extend it, then you can use push pull tool simply. If you want to use if you want to extend like simple shapes, you can use move tool. Here push pull tool will not work, right? Then again, if I want to make it a ramp, like if I want to make a ramp like of 600 plinth, from 600 plinth to ground level 00, then we had given a thickness of 300 mm, right? We want 300 mm more, then select push pull tool, then click, and again type 300 and hit enter. It will give you a thickness of 600 mm, right? Now for the ramp, we want one of the edge is touching to the ground, right? Then simply you can select the edge which you want to touch to the ground, then select the tool and choose move and select, then go in the blue axis direction, then click, right? It will make your like a ramp, straight ramp. Next tool is eraser tool. You will need this tool in your whole model. Like if I want to delete this line, then select tool eraser, then click and drag. It will delete this line, and the surface will be vanished, because a surface needs a closed loop, right? If you want to give it a surface like before, then simply draw a line and close this loop, right? Yeah, we got the surface again, right? If there are some lines like on the green axis and here red axis and this, then these lines divide the surface into groups, like this will be a one group, this will be another group, this it will be a whole one group, because its light didn't connect to the like this edge of this rectangle, so this will make a one group. Like if we divide to this group in further group, then we draw line, then continue this, it will show pink line here. Pink line means it will align this new line to the line before, line we want to extend, right? Then click, it will divide this surface into further groups, right? You can here like give it a height, like again with push pull tool, give it heights, right? and again if I want to give it a slope, then I choose move tool, then hit this and this, right? And we had learned these tools like circles, and if I want to give a if I want to make a hole in this surface, like a circle hole, like, then I just simply draw a circle. Okay, then select the surface and select push pull tool, then select and give it a thickness, or you can take the reference this, it will make a hole, right? If I want to delete this surface, then select and hit delete button, it will make a hole, right? So we had learned today the line tool, the eraser, rectangle, circular, the basic shape tools, curves, right? And the move tool, push pull tools, tape measure tool. These are the basic tools in SketchUp. If you want to build a model in SketchUp, right, you can build more from these tools, right? Enough for today. We will continue in the next part of the SketchUp tutorial series. If you like this video, hit like button and share this video. Thank you.